think it's pretty serious? Of course, this series alone, someone's starting to punch Draymond, shoot Draymond.
2018 society's pretty crazy, so nothing surprises me anymore. He's handling it well, though, so that's all I'm really worried about.
That can't feel right, though, as players. Is he worried about security at all, or is it just jerks talking about that?
People behind screens and keyboards and stuff like that saying what they want to say. It's been like that since social media existed, but you hope it doesn't infringe upon the sanctity of the sporting arena. I know there's stuff's happened, but it's we wish that it's all about the game. It's fun. Fans can come enjoy themselves. Players can go play, compete hard. Everybody that is a part of bringing that game to life can feel safe, and like I said, just where everybody goes to hopefully escape life a little bit. Enjoy themselves and bring people together, so hopefully it's safe that way.
Has anything like that ever happened to you?
Nah, I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of. I'm sure it has.
It's not that extent. Like, how have you dealt with any social media backlash or fans saying things out this way?
You just try to ignore it as much as possible, but obviously if it affects it's the privacy and the safety of your personal life, you try to have the right perspective around it. Hopefully, at the end of the day, you don't want it to affect your way of life. But you try not to, let it just fester in your mind much at all. That's what people who say stuff like that. That's all they want you to do is just think about it for a second, and you can't give them that time of day.
Have you felt your wind increasing in every game?
For sure. It's like we talked about when I was hurt, and the whole rehab process, and anytime you get injured, it's hard to simulate live action, playoff intensity action. And so every game that you get out there, you get a little, kind of knock a little bit of the cobwebs off and build up your endurance. And I think my 3 games back, it's been that way for sure. So hopefully tonight, another step in the right direction.
How many games do you think it's going to take before you're completely out of that process?
It's hard to say, to be honest. I mean, in my mind when I'm out there, I feel like I'm playing as if, and I have the mindset as if I'm all the way back. But the body obviously sometimes has a mind of its own, but for the most part, as long as my mind's telling me I can keep going, I can do what I want to do on the floor, I'm not really thinking about my knee and none of that stuff, that's a win for me. And I just let the natural process of, integrating myself back into the game take place. And as long as we keep having games, I'll keep getting better.
How's your relationship evolved this past season with Chelsea Lane? Obviously we spent a lot of quality time with her this past season.
Yeah, she's been amazingly instrumental in getting me back on the court, getting my body strong as I've gone through the rehab process and all that. Each 3 times really, and like I always said, it's not just about the physical aspect of it, but the mental aspect of it, of dealing with injuries and being out. I heard Andre say he's like her psychiatrist or something to that effect. That's a lot about what the value that she brings, her amazing experience and knowledge of how the body works, but getting you in the right frame of mind so that you can deal with being out, you can deal with the monotony of rehab, you can learn a little bit about how your body works as well, so that as you go forward in your career, it kind of gives you a leg up in that sense, and just makes the whole process as good as it can be.
When you were anxious to come back, was she good about kind of talking you through that process and how to handle your return?
Most of it, she's just honest. I mean, that's the biggest thing. You got to be honest around how she sees things. You might disagree with it, but that happens. At the end of the day, I think we all trust that her and her whole staff have our best interest when it comes to getting us back on the court at the right time, in the right shape. Whether we like it or not, whether you got to miss one game of a playoff series when you woke up that morning thinking that you were going to play, you got to have the big picture involved, and that's what their job entails, is making sure that that's always first and foremost.
You were talking about the intensity of the game, but also like you are worried about getting injured. How do you balance? Like you try to win for the team, but also at the same time, like you don't want to, play kind of like you risk your body. How do you balance that?
The injuries are a part of the game, and you can't really think about it too much. I mean, I can maybe on a possession or two not go in the paint or something like that, just make sure I'm not among the trees too much. But other than that, you just play basketball the way you know how. Play hard. I think when you play hard and you actually have the right intentions about the game, most of the time you're going to be all right. It's obviously freak accidents happen and whatnot, but you can't go into a game worrying about injuries. It's just part of the game.
We've seen kind of handle everything this season in terms of the growth moments, the setbacks, the injuries.
It's been a wild year for him when it comes to when he got drafted, we were all excited because we knew he could help us. This year, going forward, his athleticism, his competitiveness, he's a gamer. Started out the year in the rotation, playing really well. Had some really big games where there's some storylines come around about his motivation, all that type of stuff, which is great to see. And then, as any rookie year kind of goes, it's very unpredictable. And he's been in and out of the lineup since, and I think he's always stayed ready. It's kind of the way it is around here. You got to always be ready when your number's called. I think his minutes in game, at the end of game 3, kind of spoke volumes about his mental focus. Those three garbage time minutes that he played, he was locked in, hustling, making the right play, and then coach rewards that with a little cameo appearance in game 4, and he made the most of it. So it's all about just being ready, and he's embraced that. I know he wants to be out there every second. Sometimes that might get frustrating, but you got to be ready and know that, as coach says, and we all say at the beginning of the year, all the way through the year, even now, all 15 guys are going to have a huge part in this winning the championship.
What do you think he can give you if he winds up being part of the rotation?
Another versatile guy that can guard a bunch of different positions, make the right play. Defensively, just hopefully be in the right spot at the right time, give us that toughness, a little bit of speed in transition, and just compete. We got one more game to win this series, and we got to take care of that. But if you look at something down the road, that he would be a guy that a fast-paced, small ball type series would really favor him.
Yesterday's team compared the lineup that started Sunday to those 90s Bulls lineup with Jordan and Pippen. Given the difference in the game, what is hearing something like that mean to be compared to those type of lineups?
I mean, he would know best. He was around that team so well. So I always kind of shy away from the historical questions because it's hard for me to really kind of remove myself from the moment. It's obviously flattering to hear in a sense, and we have the right talent and versatility to be compared to certain lineups, historical lineups of the past. But right now, it really doesn't mean much to me. Just when it comes to, we have so much more to accomplish, and at the end of the day, that's really what it's about.
So regarding your
disregarding your ankle or your knee, can your body feel the difference between the number of games you played this year versus the number of games you played in the previous 4 years where you had 50 something this year, in the past you had 78, 80. Can your body feel the difference in those fewer games or no?
I've thought about that a little bit. Not really, just because when you deal with injuries, it takes a little bit out of you, honestly. You come back having fresh legs per se, but there's a little give and take there when you're not playing. When you're able to play 78 games, whatever it is, and keep a constant rhythm, keep a constant routine, just go through those games with the type of force that you expect to. That carries itself over every game, because we know how to take care of our bodies in between games during the playoffs and whatnot. So I don't think it's ever like a burnout type of feeling. When you're hurt, yeah, you're not playing, but you're still doing other stuff to get your body back. And like I said, there's no simulation for like game type of experience or whatnot. So it's hard to really compare. All I know is right now I feel pretty good when it comes to getting over the knee injury, building up my endurance to get back to where I was before I got hurt. And with a month and hopefully 6 weeks or 7 weeks left this season, maybe not that much, I think I should be able to get to the finish line.
Draymond's averaging nearly a triple-double, and he loves it when you tube this morning. So, what extra thing does he find? Because he had some injuries this season. He just played 82 games. It's not when you have to maintain a certain level to win in the regular season. I imagine it's not easy to find that extra something in the playoffs. But how does he do it? How does he amplify an already amplified game?
His MO from the time he got in the league, what we always talked about before he was averaging triple-doubles in the playoff series, was just his winning capability, I guess, in every sense of the word. Like he made winning plays. He was in the right place at the right time. Most of the time that stuff didn't show up in the stat sheet, and now it does. And he's jumping off the page with his intensity, his effort, and all that type of stuff. And you get smarter as you go through the years. And I think he's extremely high IQ guy that just knows how to play basketball. And when it comes to playing a playoff game, like there's no better feeling than showing up and winning a playoff game, whether it's at home or on the road. I think he thrives off of that energy and being able to like singularly focus on the task at hand. He's really embraced that, so that's big for us and for himself. Hope it continues.
Thank you.
What color was cool? I don't know yet. I gotta come up with a cool name.